How do you think it plays out tomorrow night? What's your best guess right now?
Well, it sure seems like Jabari Smith is trending towards the top of the draft. And after that, I don't know. It's anybody's guess. I was talking to an executive this week who felt like there was a lot of fluidity, not just in the top 3 or 4 picks, but top 8 picks, really. So this could be one of those drafts we look back on 4 or 5 years later and say, hey, the 7th pick could turn out to be the best player in this draft. At least that's how it's viewed by a few of the decision makers across the league.
So who is that player? Who do you think that player could wind up being?
I don't know, there's a lot of intrigue around Chet Holmgren right now. I don't think he goes inside the top 3. Could be wrong. I mean, I've been more locked in the finals and free agency and things like that than the draft. But Chet is the guy that I think could wind up in that 4 to 7 range. And if he develops the kind of strength you need to have to play at the NBA level, he's got premier defensive instincts. He looks like he's going to be a good 3-point shooter. He's got all the physical, or at least all the tools, the skills to be a great NBA player. Physically, how his body develops is the question. And if he's going to play a lot of 5, some of the 4, he's going to have to need to develop the strength to keep those bigger players off the glass.
So, Chris Mannix here on the Rich Eisen Show. So, in advance of the draft, what is happening outside of the draft world that can affect the draft? Positioning, players being traded, things of that nature. What are you hearing about?
Well, there's a lot of jockeying of teams trying to move up, and teams with multiple draft picks are the ones you really want to keep an eye on. Oklahoma City, for one, they've got several picks in that first round, and quite frankly, the Thunder don't have the roster spots for them at this point. I mean, they'll keep the number 2 overall pick in the draft because they need another franchise player to, play opposite Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Lou Dort, Josh Giddey, a really nice core they have in Oklahoma City right now. If they hit on this number 2 overall pick, they'll be in a great position moving forward. So they're probably the team I'm watching most right now because of the number of picks they have in the first round.